I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. State police say he was doing more than just responding to emergencies as a paramedic. He was also stealing from several of the homes he had responded to. An investigation has led to the arrest of 48-year-old German Lobatin of Spring Glen. Lobatin is a paramedic currently employed by the Ellenville Rescue Squad, who has also worked with other ambulance agencies throughout the Hudson Valley. State police say he was in possession of property stolen from the homes of victims where he had come to in his job as an emergency responder. Lobatin was charged with multiple felony counts of burglary and criminal possession of stolen property. Something is rotten in the city of Newburgh, and it can be found at the corner of Gidney Avenue and Chambers Street, where a pair of large, smelly, overflowing trash containers have given root to a huge trash pile that has become nearly a half a block long on one side of Gidney. The trash containers arrived back in June to hold debris from apartment unit renovation work, but when the work stopped because of suspected asbestos, the containers stayed, attracting illegal dumpers who left trash on the street after the containers filled up, triggering a rat infestation. Newburgh City officials say despite testing that shows there is no asbestos in the containers, the state has prevented them from being moved until at least next week. Who is best qualified to be the next Orange County executive? Republican Steve Newhouse and Democrat Roxanne Donnery looked to make their respective cases during a debate at Middletown High School last night. Topics range from the future of the Orange County Government Center and Valley View Nursing Home to business growth, agriculture, and the controversial Curious Joel pipeline. Donnery called her opponent a political operative who wouldn't change the business as usual in Goshen.
Steve Newhouse is a political operative. He's been involved for 20 years, as young as he is, and I believe that it's not going to change. There's not going to be any difference. You're going to see the same kind of thing that's been going on, and that's a few people at the top making decisions. We don't know figures, we don't know numbers. They don't follow or believe in the votes when there's a majority vote. We do do-over votes. It's insanity that we've had.
Newhouse pointed to his experience as Chestertown supervisor, saying Donnery has been a part of the recent paralysis in Orange County government.
The county is at a pivotal crossroads, and if we're going to move forward, we need to change direction. Right now, the county legislature and the executive have been bogged down in the mud for the last few years. The people of Orange County are suffering. Economic development has been neglected, and we've taken our eye off the ball. So I think that I have the best experience. I'm an executive now. I do budgets myself. I do have a record of economic development in Chester, and I have leadership experience from the military. That all combined are really what's needed for the future of Orange County.
Donnery and Newhouse get another chance to woo voters next week during a second debate sponsored by the Orange County Citizens Foundation. It will be held Monday, October 7th, beginning at 7 p.m. at Newburgh Free Academy. Charges of grand larceny, falsifying business records, and scheme to defraud have been filed against the secretary of the town of Shandaken Highway Department. Florence Sullivan is accused of misusing more than $20,000, including thousands of dollars in FEMA funding earmarked for flood cleanup. Investigators say Sullivan issued herself extra paychecks and underpaid her health insurance premiums. The charges grew out of an audit conducted by the state comptroller's office, which issued a recommendation that the town of Shandaken tighten up its financial oversight. The partial government shutdown is taking a toll on area canoe liveries along the Delaware River. The National Park Service has closed access points along the Delaware, leaving canoe liveries like Kittatinny canoes high and dry at their locations within the Delaware Water Gap National Recreation Area. Kittatinny can still do business between Narrowsburg and Westfall, PA, but the shutdown means all river access is closed in the Park Service territory. Delaware canoe operators have been counting on another 3 weeks of strong business during fall foliage season. Sullivan County Sheriff Michael Schiff says his office was able to take down a major marijuana grow operation because neighbors said something when they saw something suspicious. Their suspicions led officers to a residence on Kitts Road in Mongaup Valley And armed with a search warrant, deputies seized marijuana growing equipment along with more than 300 pot plants with an estimated street value of $120,000. Two Manhattan men, 29-year-old Enrique Vasquez and 33-year-old John Henry Sanan, are facing charges of first-degree criminal possession of marijuana and unlawfully growing cannabis. Some Orange County businesses could have something to gain from the construction of the new Tappan Zee Bridge. That was the word today from the governor's project advisor, Brian Conybeare, who told members of the Orange County Chamber of Commerce this morning that local companies would be wise to register to receive bidding documents for work tied to the $3.9 billion construction project. 90% of the subcontracts have yet to be awarded. Construction is expected to hit its peak next year. The new Tappan Zee Bridge is scheduled for completion in 2018. There will be a new spin on learning at Anna Cool Elementary School in Port Jervis, now that an unused inner courtyard has been transformed into an outdoor learning center. The open-air classroom was built at no cost to the district, with seed money coming from a Lowe's Toolbox for Education grant. Other items, including recycled tires that'll be used for seating, were donated by local businesses. Volunteers did the construction work with the goal to provide a unique educational setting.
Experience something different is really what my goal and my vision was, to do something that they don't have on a regular basis. They're thrilled. Every day they'd come by the window and say, "What's new outside today? What's different?" So I'm just really excited for them to get out here and start learning.
This fits in so perfectly with the new Common Core standards, where students are getting hands-on. The students are leading a lot of the work themselves, and just study after study just shows how when you can get students outdoors in a setting like this and give them the opportunity to work collaboratively into such a nice setting, that the results just are that really the sky's the limit.
Port Jervis school officials say their new outdoor learning center is also large enough to serve as a site for academic assemblies and healthy lifestyles programs. And it was not your routine DWI case in Sullivan County yesterday. Started in the town of Bethel when town constables and a Sullivan County sheriff's deputy were finally able to pull over a car and place Philip Schwartz of Bogota, New Jersey under arrest for aggravated driving while intoxicated and failure to obey a police officer. When the deputy completed the arrest processing, Schwartz was allowed to call a friend to pick him up. But police say the friend, Brian Lind of Teaneck, New Jersey, was also intoxicated when he arrived to pick up Schwartz. As a result, Lind was also charged with aggravated DWI as well as driving without a license. Well, after all this great early fall weather, clouds and the threat of rain are moving in. Friday will be mostly cloudy with a chance of showers in some spots. The highs will be in the upper 70s. And Saturday will be partly cloudy and humid with temperatures expected to top out in the lower 80s. And there could be some rain around on Sunday. You'll get caught up on what's happening when you start your day with the Times-Herald Record. And Record Online is the place to find news whenever and wherever it breaks. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.